I've been thinking a lot about how much a sense of belonging really means to people. I look at all these people doing what I would consider pretty shitty things to other people, and 9 times out of 10, I'm like, man, they're only doing that so they could feel like they belong to something bigger than themselves, which will make them feel more fulfilled and not as lonely. And you can't really blame them. Human beings need to feel like they belong. That's the whole thing. Going back to when we were like cavemen, if you didn't have a tribe, it means that you were probably never going to eat antelope or cantaloupe, and you were probably going to die in the night because you had nobody watching your back. And I think we all still have kind of that primal fear. I've done a ton of things that I wish I didn't do to feel like I belong. Go to college, freestyle rap, listen to the band Guster. Been very, very mean to people in high school. We would open up the yearbook and write everyone's nickname we had for the underclassmen in the yearbook. Was it funny? Yes. Was it mean? Yes. Tiptoe girl? She walked on her tiptoes, dude. So she was tiptoe girl. Did she need all of us to remind her of that every day? No. She knew she walked like that. Did I do it to hang out with a group of people? Yeah, absolutely. I used to get made fun of a lot, and I wanted it to stop. Obviously, it didn't feel good. And I was told the only way to make it stop, or make certain people stop, is you either stop showing up completely or you make fun of them back. So I did that. And then making fun of people kind of became like rite of passage. And then that worked a lot. And then I remember like when I worked at SourceFed, I kind of had that personality, and it was the first time I ever heard people be like, you're like kind of abrasive. And I was like, I'm not abrasive. I'm not an asshole. I'm just like new. This is what we do when we're new. We show up in a new place. We show our teeth. We make fun of each other to show that everyone's like strong and they can hang. But it all traces back to like not wanting to get made fun of back in the day. Now I belong to the tribe of people who doesn't get made fun of because I do the making fun. I'm not smart. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a sociologist. I don't know anything about the chemistry of any of this shit. But I think all that like beta alpha shit, I think it's all mindset stuff. And I think it's like a sum of chosen behaviors. I don't think you're born like a beta cuck loser. I think you choose that in the same way I think an alpha person chooses to be a certain way. But I don't know. You could prove me wrong. I won't even read it. I'm not saying we shouldn't try to belong to stuff. I guess maybe at least try to belong to stuff that doesn't have to be like at the expense of other people. I know very few people, maybe like 1 or 2, if I stretch and give them like superhuman capabilities in my head, that can be totally good and at ease and peaceful on their own. Maybe 2 of all the people who like say that they're totally good on their own. I think everyone needs to feel like they belong to something. So I'm not saying like go out there and be totally yourself and blah, 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 because we never know who the fuck ourselves are. It's like a lifelong process to figure out who you are, and it's a gift to have that early. Not everybody gets that. I think if you try real hard, you can get a good amount of the way. So I think the best thing that you or I or anyone who doesn't want to fall into those weird habits can do as much of your own bridge to whatever the other side of feeling complete is. And then you don't have to like shape and contort yourself in weird ways to go whatever percentage is left. Having a personality where you're kind of like a chameleon or the fucking troll, it's all just like coping mechanism for a lack of belonging. Anyway, dude, all of this is literally just to say I'm going to be in San Francisco at the end of the month. And if you want to come belong to that night, you can do it. Tickets are on sale right now. You can come belong to a set of memories that only we have. And then none of us have to be a piece of shit for like a month afterwards, because we'll all have that.
Do we think having a bidet is gay? Yes. Yes? Let him talk. He obviously has a reason. He shot that no out fast. Why is having a bidet gay?
Why do you have a bidet to begin with?
I asked you the question first. Why do I have a bidet to begin with?
Yeah.
It's just that I don't like in my ass. So why is it gay to have a clean ass?
It's just the aesthetic of it all. I feel like
Yeah, I do it for the looks. I do it so that when my wife looks deep into my asshole,
that's gay.
that's gay when my wife looks at my asshole. That's so funny, dude. What's your name?
Evan.
Evan. I like you a lot. You have I'm not playing energy.
I've never heard that before.
Like when everyone's doing sports and the ball comes over to you and you're like, I'm not playing. I said it. I said it a couple different times before. Don't get the ball back.